The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 11 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships, offering Buick GMC, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Hyundai, Kia, and Nissan, and the resale division, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Penfield, Fairport, Canandaigua, Ontario, and Palmyra, and online at visionauto.com. Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us. This is the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Every week at this time, we take a look at sports in Monroe County and Section 5, and we begin with our weekly Honor Roll of High School Teams, which is brought to you by Celino and Barnes. The Honor Roll of High School Teams is brought to you by Celino and Barnes.
Celino and Barnes, injury attorneys, call 888-8888.
Don't wait, call or text 8.
Here's our Honor Roll of High School Teams. At number 3, the North Star Christian Boys Basketball Team finished up the regular season 19-1. North Star is the top seed in the sectional Class C2 tournament. Number 2, Hilton Wrestling. The Cadets are on a real roll, sending 5 to the state tournament in Albany after win Saturday in the Super Sectionals. Yanni, winning at 138 pounds, was the wrestler of the meet. And at number 1, the HFL Nordic Ski Team. This hasn't been much of a year for skiing, until recently at least, but the Cougars keep right on rolling, winning the boys and the girls sectional championships. They headed to the States this week. Which brings us to our Cariglio's Pizza Team of the Week. The Cariglio's Pizza Team of the Week is brought to you by our friends at Cariglio's Pizza. With 5 convenient locations throughout Rochester, Cariglio's Pizza, a proud supporter of high school athletics. The year-in and year-out dominance by the Penfield girls basketball team is really quite remarkable. In a late-season showdown with once-beaten Victor on the road, no less, Penfield won by 25. Here's Kim Burnson with the nearly perfect Patriots.
For most teams, a successful season is defined by what you see on the stat sheet, the number of games you win, or a top ranking. For Coach Mark Vogt and the ladies of the Penfield varsity basketball team, those stats are kept hidden. The girls don't know how many points they average, how many rebounds they get, nor how many games they've won. That's because for them, success begins before they step onto the court.
I brought the 3 captains in and I said, this is what I'm thinking. Every year we have a team motto. And one year it was Sun Tzu, the art of war. The battle is won before it is ever fought, which means practice is where games are won. And this one we talked about, and the kids liked it so much they all went and they researched it themselves and came back. Apparently the Celtics had this same motto when the Doc Rivers and the Big Three won the championship about 8 years ago.
That motto is Ubuntu, a South African term that means I am who I am because of who we all are. For this team, it takes a sense of community to achieve success, and every teammate has bought into it.
We spend a lot of time together in the off season, and we're all friends on and off the court. So basically Ubuntu, like, we're all together all the time. Like, we all connect really well. We're all friends. So, and everyone, it just moved from our friendships, it moves onto the court.
We're all just such good friends off of the court, and that it really translates into practice, into games, because everyone's just really picking each other up, and that's important.
I try not to be selfish on the court. Like, I know my teammates are just as talented as me, and like, I can trust them all the time, so I always pass them the ball because I know that they'll always have my back and they're willing to score.
So far, that team unity has helped put them well on track to becoming one of the best defensive teams in Penfield history. The record was set back in 2011, giving up an average of 35 points a game. This year, they've kept their opponents to 32 points a game and hold a record of 19-1.
One of their goals in the preseason was we want to be the best defensive team Penfield's ever had. And so it's a big source of pride, and it was their goal. But I said, if it is your goal, then I'm going to hold you accountable, and they really hold themselves accountable. This team's told me that you can still be competitive and supportive and encouraging and really looking out for each other. So they taught me a lot about how basketball, you can be successful in many different ways.
I'm Kim Burtson with the Vision High School Sports Beat.
When we return, we will burn the boats with Hilton. And Kim rejoins us for our Wegmans Making the Grade nominee. When the Vision High School Sports Beat continues. Welcome back and thanks for joining us. This is the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Our Honor Roll of High School Athletes is brought to you by Injury Free Coalition for Kids. Driving's a lot like the game of baseball. It's the one who gets home safely that counts. Please remember to always wear your seatbelt and to focus only on driving when behind the wheel of a car. This message courtesy of the Allstate Foundation and Injury Free Coalition for Kids Smart Teen Driving Program. Here is our Honor Roll of High School Athletes. At number 3, Anthony Lamb of Greece Athena Basketball. Put him on the list every week. Lamb finished the regular season for the Trojans with a 38-point, 18-rebound effort against UPrep. Athena is the top-ranked team and a big favorite to repeat in Class A1 sectionals with a 19-1 record. At number 2, Arthur Phan of the Pittsford swim team won the 200 IM and the 100 butterfly at the Class A sectional swim meet. Phan was voted the outstanding swimmer, and the Panthers won the team title for the 14th straight time. And at number 1, the Vasile family of Webster Thomas, the family. Sister Gigi and brother Joe both swept the individual titles at the Section 5 Alpine Ski Championships, the downhill events. The title was the first for Joe. Gigi is a 2-time defending state champion and goes for 3 this week. And now World Gym Rochester and World Gym Greece present our Athlete of the Week. World Gym Rochester and World Gym Greece are proud supporters of high school athletics. Memberships start as low as $1 down and just $10 a month. For more details, go to worldgymrochester.com and worldgymgreece.com. Getting to the state bowling championships is one of the toughest tasks in Section 5. There are 33 teams competing for 1 spot, so it's pretty serious business, sort of like it was for the Vikings back in the day. What, you might ask, has Burn the Boats got to do with the girls' Section 5 bowling championships? We'll allow Hilton coach Jim Feely to explain.
As a sign of their commitment, the Vikings, whenever they would reach the shore of a land they were about to conquer, the first thing they would do would be to burn the boats so that it was win or not go home in very good shape.
That mantra carried Hilton into a favorable position at the Section Bowling Championships, a raucous, one-of-a-kind affair. Beyond the culture of the event, there is a lot at stake. Just one team advances as a unit to the state championships, and the competition for that spot is a very big deal. Fairport is the defending state girls bowling champion and rated a good chance to return behind the only pair of 200 average bowlers in the section, Laura Branch, who averaged a league-high 218, and fellow raider Gia De Niro.
I think picking spares is a big part of the game. If you pick your spares, you should be good. Strikes come, but spares are key.
I worked a lot with my coach, and I spent a lot of time off of my spare time on the lanes, even when I wasn't practicing for high school. So just all the work, I've really paid off.
But it became apparent early that Fairport would not go unchallenged. Hilton stepped up. The cadets stormed into the sectional tournament lead early and built momentum throughout the day.
When did you guys get rolling so you felt like, you really had a chance today?
Probably after lunch, like the 4th game in the middle of it, because we were starting to find our lines and stuff.
Sarah Gerken led the way, averaging 195 pins for 6 games, second only to Greece Athena's Kayla Kawin. Gerken's 232 tied for the top individual game honors, and Hilton pulled away to defeat the defending state champs by a comfortable margin of 254 pins.
We practice a lot with pressure throughout the year, and I think as a team we just really connect and we really know how to keep each other calm and focused on the prize.
How do you practice with pressure?
Throughout the year we do little, it's called the gauntlet, we call it the gauntlet, and everyone stands around you and they yell and you need to stay focused and make a good shot.
Webster Thomas earned the cherished state bid on the boys' side. Casey Donahoe was the Titans' top bowler. Up next, Kim with our Make the Grade nominee, and later hitting the pool with the best in Class B in the Dunkin' Donuts All-Sport High School Game of the Week, when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues.
Welcome back and thanks for watching the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. It's time now for Making the Grade, brought to you by Wegmans. Wegmans is a proud supporter of Making the Grade, which highlights the accomplishments of Section 5 student athletes on and off the playing field.
This week, we honor McQuaid senior Jake Purcell for making the grade. Nominated for his leadership on the court, Jake is a starter and captain of McQuaid's varsity basketball team. There, he's found the tools to help lead his team to success, whether it's through team goals set in the beginning of the season or his individual accomplishments. Either way, he serves as a role model for his teammates. Through sports, Jake has also helped give back to his community. He spends his free time coaching a CYO team and has helped run basketball tournaments to raise money for various charities. As he works towards completing almost 100 hours of community service in his 4 years at McQuaid, he's volunteered his time with groups who run donation centers for those in need. Due to his ability to excel at every project he takes on, this week McQuaid's Jake Purcell is making the grade.
If you have a student in mind for our Making the Grade segment, we want your nominations. You can send them in to info@classywolf.com. Now here's Bill with the Sylvan Learning Section 5 calendar.
Our Section 5 calendar is brought to you by Sylvan Learning, delivering results in reading, math, writing, study skills, SAT and ACT prep, and more. 4 area locations. Call 385-9480. Here's what's happening this week on our Sylvan Learning Section 5 calendar. It is all about the tournaments this week. Boys basketball is the biggest, and the Class AA will be outrageously interesting. The semifinals are Wednesday. It's a twin bill at Blue Cross Arena, a must-see. The finals are the capper of an all-day affair at the BCA on Sunday. The boys' Class A1 and A2 semifinals are Tuesday at neutral sites outside of the Blue Cross Arena. The class championships take place Sunday at Blue Cross. For the girls, the week kicks off with the A1 and A2 semifinals Monday. Championships are on Friday. State quals for indoor track and field are Friday beginning at 6 o'clock at RIT. The state wrestling tournament is in Albany Friday and Saturday. And add to that big Sunday of basketball at the War Memorial, the hockey championship triple header takes place at RIT. Same day, 3 classes, 3 games beginning at 1 o'clock. That's our Sylvan Learning Section 5 calendar for the week ahead. One last championship dip for a legendary swim coach. The Class B championships are up next in our Dunkin' Donuts All-Sport High School Game of the Week, when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues. Sign Impressions is more than just signs. It's a total graphics company. Embroidery, screen printing, team apparel, t-shirts, jackets, hats, and of course banners and signs. Visit signimpressions.com. Call us at 723-0420 to order your team or corporate apparel. Welcome back, and thanks for joining us. This is the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Time now for our Dunkin' Donuts All-Sport High School Game of the Week.
The new caramel macchiato at Dunkin' Donuts. Let handcrafted layers of espresso, milk, and caramel-flavored swirl uplift your mood. Indulge in a hot or iced macchiato today. America runs on Dunkin'.
Stevens, Amthor, Baker, and DeLoss, Brighton, Brockport, and HFL. The primary players in our Dunkin' Donut All-Sport High School Game of the Week. Unlike its Class A counterpart, where Pittsford is dominated with 14 consecutive sectional boys swim team titles, the Class B competition has some balance to it. Over the past 4 years, there have been 3 different champions. This year, Brockport, swimming in B for the first time, was challenging for its first ever sectional crown.
We're looking more at, getting individual times and being there for second, and who knows what can happen.
This was the last meet for retiring HFL swim coach Norm Scheckler. A major player in high school swim circles, Scheckler began the boys program in 1982 and 10 years later formed the HFL girls swim team. Together, they won 6 Section 5 titles. A 7th championship for the Cougars here was a likelihood.
I've been coaching for 34 years. I started the program in 1982. I'm the only coach the school ever has had, and it's kind of like I I have to do it all, and it's the only way I know how to do it.
As the meet progressed, it became clear HFL was in command. In the 500-yard freestyle, the distance event, two of the best swimmers from the top two teams went head-to-head. James Baker of HFL and Brandon Amthor of Brockport. Amthor already had a meet and school record to his credit by winning the 200 ahead of Baker.
Well, in the 200, I wanted to just go out there and destroy. That's all I wanted to do. And then in the 500, I just had to take out my first 200 and hold on for the last 300. Yeah, it was painful.
Baker wound up with the better kick, won the race, finishing some 3 seconds ahead of Amthor.
I definitely swam it the way I wanted to. I'll say it that. He was awesome. I'm glad I got to race him. I wouldn't have been nearly as fast if I wasn't with him.
Look, you say the way you want it. How did you want it?
I wanted to finish. I didn't want to be out super fast and die. I wanted to finish that race hard.
Rondequoit's Britt Kokkianen claimed the 100 freestyle. The Eagles finished 7th in the 14-team field. Spencerport wound up 6th behind the efforts of Max Worsinger, who won the backstroke. The Rangers claimed another distinction in the Class B meet, Best Air.
It used to be the seniors would bleach all the underclassmen's hair, but now it's kind of the moms do it for us because us seniors are so uncoordinated nowadays.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I mean, it looks good on some of the guys, so it kind of shows on how much team spirit we have and how much we're together as a team.
You're going to keep it?
I think I'll keep this one on for a little longer than most guys, but I like it a lot.
The star of the meet, the guy voted most outstanding swimmer, was Brighton's Noah Stevens, who will be swimming for Duke next year. Stevens is a Section 5 record holder in both the butterfly and breaststrokes. Stevens won both events and broke his own meet record in each.
I've never been so keen on like the freestyle or backstroke. Those are like the long axis strokes. So I've been really, butterfly and breaststroke I've always had a passion for, and I just worked. My underwaters is usually like what I really try to work in practice, and definitely shows during the meets and competitions. So as of now, I'm just trying to train those really hard, and hopefully at the States I'll be ready for those.
Yeah, I can say, that you stay underwater a lot longer than anybody else. Is that part of the reason you're good?
Yeah, so I do a lot of like hypoxic training when I'm practicing, as well as just really working my legs in the underwaters, and I sort of like that burning sensation in your lungs when you go underwater. So that's like a nice thing to have, and it gives me an advantage over my other competitors. So I try to work that.
Best race of the meet was saved for last, with Brockport HFL going at it head-to-head one more time in the 400-yard freestyle relay. HFL grabbed the lead and held it throughout much of the race, but it was dead even by the time the anchor swimmers, David DeLoss for the Cougars and Amthor, the Blue Devils, hit the water. Amthor touched in first, just over a second ahead of DeLoss. How good a race was it? HFL's second-place finishing relay team set a new school record. The victory secured second place overall for Brockport.
I was so ready. We were all ready. We were just wanting to go out there and win it and just give it all that we got.
It's got to be just what you want. I mean, it's a dead heat in the last in the anchor leg.
Oh yeah, we wanted to just go out there, do our best. It's our last meet. It's our last race of the sectional meet. We wanted to give it our all.
You feel good about how it came out?
I feel great.
The team title went to HFL. The Cougars were crowned class champion for the second time in 4 years, and for Coach Scheckler, one last celebratory dip.
One of the things that's kind of ironic is as I talk to people about retirement, they all tell me that retirement is living the dream. I feel like I'm living the dream. This has been a dream to be with this excitement and with all these kids for all these years.
We would like to thank all our sponsors, especially the 11 dealerships of the Vision Automotive Group. They make the Sports Beat possible. As do you. Thank you once again for watching, and we'll see you next week with the Vision High School Sports Beat.